Let's take some time to review the professional learning cycle. The pbvU learning cycle begins with the professional development session, which includes the 7 hours of seat time. Afterward, you will develop and then refine follow-up activities in which you implement a strategy learned during the session. This portion of the cycle occurs within your classroom. You then reflect on the implementation using the reflection template. Next, you complete the process again with a second implementation and reflection. Let's take a look at the process in a graphic format. You begin with the 7 hours of seat time where you develop and refine the learning. You implement in your classroom, reflect on the process, and submit, and then you repeat again. You'll implement and then reflect and submit. At the end of the cycle, you receive a certificate of completion as evidence of the unit you have earned. Now let's take a deeper look at the reflection. After each implementation, you will reflect on the process and the impact the process had on the students, as well as your practice using the 2 reflection templates seen here, one for each implementation. When completing the reflection document, please include specific information related to the course. For instance, if you intended all the fonts, the reflection should include specific information on phonics instruction. Also, please ensure all necessary boxes have information, and finally, all questions have been sufficiently answered. You may be wondering, what does sufficiently answered mean? Well, let's take a look. Some examples for sufficiently would be for questions 1 and 2. You go beyond stating only what you did, like, we played basketball. Please include context to the question. Some examples of that might include, what's your background or experience with this skill? How did you develop the activity? Also, of course, you would describe the activity in detail. The goal is for you to provide the facilitator with a detailed understanding of the activity. Also, please answer all parts of each question. For example, in question 4, we would like you to answer what worked when considering the data collected, as well as explain why you think it worked. pbvU leadership asks facilitators to return any reflection to participants for updates if it does not meet these minimum expectations. Know that your facilitator will help you every step of the way. The pacing of the learning cycle can vary based on your needs. One person may complete the first implementation and reflection in 4 weeks, while someone else may finish in 2. The most important date to remember is when all of the follow-up activities are due in Google Classroom. Your facilitator will share this date with you momentarily. On behalf of the pbvU team, we thank you, and we hope you enjoy your course.